Hey y'all, this is Shelby with Femel Wellness, and today I have a Femel Sculpt class for you. We are going to need one light to medium resistance band. You can also do this whole workout without any resistance band. I recommend wearing a pair of tennis shoes just because it gives something for that band to grip on. And then 20 minutes of work today. And we're focusing on the core and the glutes. Every exercise is going to have a modification, a progression, so make sure you listen for those. Meet your body where it's at today. That's what we're all about here at Femel. And take breaks as you need. All right, ladies, grab that band. We're going to get started. So band is going to start over the arches of your feet and then walk those feet about hip distance apart. And then we're just going to wake up the legs, the body in a set of squats. Feet hip distance apart. Right away as you start to move, if that band doesn't feel good, ditch the band. Same thing, feet hip distance apart, down on that inhale, up on that exhale. Start to think about pushing down into the heels of the feet and squeeze into the glutes on the way up. On the way down, think about a little pause. And then continue to squeeze up. On the way up, big flex at the top. We're going to start to add on. At the bottom, hold. Step the right foot out, in. Left foot out, in. Come up tall. Down. Step one foot out, in, up. If that step out's not feeling good, then ditch it. Hold for a second at the bottom instead. We're here for 15 more seconds. And then we're going to stay low and we're going to walk it out. Little crab walk, side to side. Last time, come up, drop it down, hold. So now we're going to walk one direction, 2 steps that way. Pause. Now go the other way. As you step, think about keeping the feet, your knees, hip distance apart. So continuing to hold on to that tension. If it doesn't feel good with the band, ditch the band, walk it out side to side, or you can always take it back to your squats. If you're moving, you're winning. 20 seconds here. You can always come up, shake it out, and then come back down. We're almost there, y'all. Last 10 seconds. Also naturally gets that heart rate up, working our large muscle groups in the lower body. Last time. And then come up, shake it out. Last little push here. We're going to squat down, push up, lift one leg to the side. Squat down, push up, lift the other leg. Super small. As you stand up, try not to tilt too much to the opposite side. 15 seconds. And then we're up and out of those squats. Remember, you can ditch the band. You could stick with the squat. Last 5. 4, feel that booty. 3, last 2, last 1. Shake it out. And then we're going to keep that band on and we're going to come down into a plank position. So coming down into that plank. So your plank could be on your hands and your knees to modify, or if you're feeling good, come up to the toes. So you could always stay here. Otherwise, we're going to start to move into mountain climbers, pulling the right knee in slowly. Extend, set the foot down. Other side, extend. Slow and steady. As you pull in, think about that same glute. And then tailbone stays tucked under. Think about your gaze staying long. Look out beyond those fingertips. 15 more seconds. And then we're going to drop down, take a quick shake out on those wrists, and then we're going to hit that plank one more time here. Last 3, 2, one more time each leg, and drop. Little shake out, and then we're right back up into it. Remember, you can go from your knees or you can take it from those feet. So from here, we're going alternating leg lift. Right leg up, down, left leg up, down. If you're on the knees on this one, think about pushing up through the heel of the foot on that band. And again, if it ever doesn't feel good, hold your plank instead. 20 seconds. Think about pushing the mat away. If you want a little more, hold at the top, pulse, pulse, set that foot down, switch sides, hold, pulse, pulse. 10 seconds. One more time each way. And then drop it down. Push it back. Let it go. So coming onto our backs, we're going to go into a bridge. So that band moved, move it around, back over the arches, and then rolling down onto your back. So same thing with that band on. You want to walk those feet about hip distance apart, and then push the hips up, exhale, lower down, inhale. Bringing that heart rate down here. Exhale, lift, squeeze the glutes on the way up, inhale down. Takes about 4 seconds each way. Try not to rush through it. And again, you can always ditch that band if it's not feeling good. It's not really too much in play yet, but we're about to add on with it in 20 seconds. Keep those knees from bowing in. That band's going to want to pull them in. So you want to think about knees in line with your hips. We got 3 more. If you want more, maybe arms start to lift up to the ceiling. Last 2. Last one up. Hold it up. And then little pulse down an inch. Up, down, up. Really focus on that up. Squeezing into the seat of the glute. Head is staying relaxed on the ground. Shoulders pulling down and away from those ears. Knees staying hip distance apart. 15 seconds. We're going to lower back down. Hands are going to come down back by our sides. And we're going to take it into a march. Last 2. Last 1. Hands down. Lower those hips. So for this one, hands push into the ground. Push up, right foot lifts an inch or 2. Lower down, hips down. Push up, left foot lifts. So you are really going to feel this more so in the leg that's staying on the ground, because that's the leg that's supporting your body right now. Hips stay nice and even. So if that's right leg is the leg lifting, you want to think about pulling that right hip bone up, just even with the left. Hands push down into the mat. You could use a little tricep strength. Never want to feel this one in the low back. If you are, keep both feet down on the ground. Go back to that bridge instead. This is a great one for core and those glutes. If you want it, hands could come back up. Listen to your body. We're going to hold it up in 3, 2, last one, hold. Hold it up, little pulse down, up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down, left foot up. You can always go back to those pulses, both feet down. Last 3, 2, 1. Foot down, hips down. Quick hug. My band moved, so I'm going to adjust it. And then we're going to come up onto our forearms. So coming up onto the forearms, if for some reason forearms doesn't feel good, lay down all the way on your back. So from here, bringing those knees into a tabletop position. I'm just going to move myself a little bit. And then push, feet hip distance apart. Keep that left leg up, lower the right heel down. Pull back up, right leg stays up. Lower left heel down, pull back up. So this is a great one without any crunching to work into the core, getting the low abdominals and those obliques without alternating leg movement. And then try not to let the leg that's staying up move around. 20 seconds. Remember, you can always ditch the band. Do this one without the band. Check in on those shoulders. I felt mine starting to creep up. If yours are, think about pulling them down and back. We're almost there. 10 seconds. And then we're going to go into some bicycle legs. One more time each way. Chin up. And hold. Now pull the right leg in, or left left leg in, right leg goes out, and switch, switch. So think about keeping knees and feet hip distance apart. Shoulders pulled down and back. If this one doesn't feel good in this position anymore, lay all the way down. Keep your head flat on the ground. And then take it into those bicycle legs from there. Listen to your body. Every exercise you can do differently, and that's okay. The last 20 seconds. We got one more push. It's a little burner. And then we're going to move that band and take a stretch. Whew, I am burning. I don't know about y'all. Whew. Keep pushing. One more each way. Last time, left. Pull to tabletop, hold. Pulse the legs out. In, out, in. Glutes, core. Whew. Try not to let those hip flexors take over. Belly button pulling down and in. 5 more seconds here. Shoulders down the back. 3, 2, last one. And then come down. Hug it, rock it out. Let it go. While you're here, just go ahead and slide the band on up. Slide the band up, those thighs. You want it to be a few inches above the knees. And then from here, I'm just going to move myself away from the wall. Ooh. We're going to come into a tabletop position on this one. So tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. If you have wrist pain, you can go from the fist. You could take your mat, you could roll it up, elevate the wrist, or you could always come down onto the forearms. So from here, we're going to start with that left leg first. So shift a little more weight into that right knee, flatten out that foot behind you, or tuck the toes, whatever feels better, and then kick back on that exhale. Pull in as you inhale, going into that donkey kick, leading with the heel of your foot. On the way out, think about pulling the big toe back towards your shin. Imagine your donkey, you're actually kicking something. You're hitting it every single time. As you go back, if you feel your back arch, drop the leg down just a little bit. Almost there. Shoulders soften, neck long. Try not to look back at what you're doing. Trust your body. Last 15 seconds. We're going to hold that leg back, and we're going to go little bitty pulses with that straight leg. Up an inch and down an inch. Keep breathing. Last 3, 2, back and hold. Hold it back. Little pulse up and down, up and down. You could tap the ground every time. You could stop in a hover. Think about the way up for a second. If you're arching, dipping into that lower back, movement gets a little bit smaller on this one. And remember, you can always ditch the band. Are you starting to feel that supportive leg? I know I am. It's also working here, helping to keep our body weight from rocking over that side. So think about even weight between your 3 points of contact. Hands are pushing down into the mat. Flex that foot up. If you want a little more, start to add a double pulse. Pulse at the top, down, lift, pulse, pulse, back down. 15 seconds. Neck long. Soft little bend in those elbows. You can always adjust the position of the hands. We're going to hold it up. Last time down. Hold. Go up and over that right leg. Tap. Lift. Up and over, tap. Lift. Whew. Both glutes should be on fire right now. You're also going to feel the hamstring of that left leg as well here. Good news is, this is our last one on this side. If you need to take a break, right back into it, ditch the band, or just pulling up the band a little bit higher towards the hips is going to take a little bit of resistance off. If you want it, start to add a pulse again up, out to the side, in, out, in. Woo! Man, y'all, I am sweating, burning. Check those hips if they're starting to move around. Movement gets a little smaller. Last 2. Last one. and in. Let it go. Shake it out. You can roll it out. Release that low back. And then from here, we're going to go into a plank position. So hands down, you can either walk the knees back and hold. We're going to go out and in with the legs, or you can come up to those toes. Neck long, step right foot out, in, left foot out, in. Slow and steady. Think about driving into that band. Keep breathing. Remember, you can always hold your plank or take this one from the knees instead. You're still working. 10 more seconds. And then we're going to drop down, take a stretch. Last 3, 2, last 1, and let it go. I'm going to turn the other way because we're going to work that right glute now. So starting back in that tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, relax that left foot, and then right knee hovers, kick back, exhale, pull in, inhale, kick back, flex through that foot, pull in, squeeze that hamstring, extend, bend, and then same thing. Think about that lower back for a second. If it's starting to arch out at all, lower the leg or stop the leg a little sooner. You don't have to go all the way straight. Think about going about 98, 99%. Squeeze on the way back in. And then different side to side. So if you feel yourself start to lean more towards that stable, supportive leg, then think about a little more weight in your right hand, a little less weight in the left. Keep everything centered and those hips squared off to the ground. Last 15 seconds. Keep that gaze extended, chin up and off that chest. Soft little bend in those elbows. Last 3, 2, last 1, back, hold. Lift, exhale, lower, inhale. Super small again. If the back starts to arch on the way up, stop a little sooner. So good news is about the second side is it goes a lot faster. Bad news is it always burns a little bit more, just because even though we weren't directly working this leg on the first side, it was still working. So if you need to take a second, you need to tap out that booty. It's totally okay. Come back into it when you're ready. If the wrists don't feel as good on this side, remember you can come onto the fists. You can come down to the forearms. Add that double pulse back in here if you did it on the other side. Almost there. We just have that rainbow. And then we're going to finish off with some core and glutes at the same time. 5 more seconds here. Whew. Feel that burn. Lead with that heel. Last one. Hold. Up and over the left. Lift. Up and over. Lift. So this one is where the hips will want to move around with you. If they start to move, it's a little smaller movement from there. You don't have to tap the ground. It's okay. Shoulders down, slight bend in the elbows. Oh my goodness, hamstring also kicking in on this one. Chin up. I know I always start to look back. Trust your body. We're going to start to add in that double pulse again. Next time up, go out to the side, in, back over the left, up, out, over. Last 15 seconds. Almost there. And then we're going to slide that band back over the arches. Last time. And knee down. Shake out those wrists. And then we're going to lay all the way down, flat on the back to finish here. So flat on the back. Slide the band over the arches of the feet. I always do that before I lay down, but you can do it after you lay down. Personal preference. Whew. And then flat on the back, knees into tabletop. Push the knees hip distance apart. You can do this one head down if you want, especially if you're newly postpartum, or you just want to take tension away from the neck. You are still going to work deep into that transverse abdominis. If you want it though, hands light behind the head, crunched up. You're gonna pull that right knee in, extend the left leg long, slowly switch to the other side. So just like that last set we did up on the forearms, we want to work to keep the feet, the knees, the shins all hip distance apart on this one. If it doesn't feel good, ditch the band, lay the head down, listen to your body. The other option is to shoot the legs up a little bit higher, or if you want a little bit more, start to go a little bit lower. 15 more seconds. And then we're going to hold it up and over to the right leg. And then we got little bitty pulses. I'll talk you through it. 3, 2, 1. Back over to the right. Hold. Straight legs go up an inch. Down. Up. Down. Slow. Steady. The pulse doesn't feel good. Hold. 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Switch it over. Little pulse up. Down. Up. Down. Crunch that right shoulder blade a little higher. 3, 2, 1. Back to that full range. Switch and switch. You can go a little quicker as long as you keep that resistance on the band. This is our final 20 seconds. Everything you've got. Start to add a little double pulse. Up, up, switch, pulse, pulse, switch. 10 seconds. Whew. One more time each way. And come down. Let it go. Whew. And then roll it on up. You are all done, Femel. Nice work today. Lots of water after that. Get a nice little stretch. Figure 4 is a great one to hit. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see y'all soon.